and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a bit of a self-care day, both like mentally and physically, because I don't know about all of you guys, but as far as my life goes and like the friends and family that I have, last week, actually maybe the last couple of weeks, have been absolutely brutal and insane. And I feel like I've just been going through the ringer in like every way humanly possible. Stuff going on with like family, with health, with job. Like, it's been truly a crazy month, and it's only, well, I guess it's a little over halfway through now. Yeah, I have just been in need of a day where I can kind of decompress and focus on myself and not really have to do much of anything. And so I decided that I wanted to do that today. I will definitely go into a little bit more detail when I get home, but I just got off work and am actually heading to a bookstore because there's a book that came out yesterday that I've been waiting for a while, and I'm very excited for, and I just don't want to wait any longer. I think I should treat myself, so I am going to. And I'm actually also contemplating whether or not I want to get the next book in a series that I just read the most recent book of, but I have yet to decide which one I'm going to get, or if I'm going to get both. Probably not, but maybe. But let's head in and see what I decide on. So they do actually have both of the books that I'm looking for. The one that I was really looking for is Fall Shook Up by Piper Sheldon. I just love a good fall book, and I'm obsessed with this cover and the other covers as well. And The Goal, which is the fourth book in the Off-Campus series, because I just finished number 3 this morning before work, and I'm already ready to dive back into this world. But I think I'm just gonna go with this for now, since it was on my mind for a while, and then I'll circle back to this series. I have so many other books I need to read first anyways, so that just makes the most sense. So I am now back home, and I did end up going with Fall Shook Up. I'm so happy. I now own all of the books on the back, like I was talking about how they're like all so pretty and cute. I now own all of the books in this like series, and I've only read the first one, and I think the goal is going to be that this year I read the last 3 in this season of fall, which I don't think will be very hard because that first book was so addicting and so good and so much fun. So I might like read these back to back to back, honestly. But now that I am home, I get to start focusing on some of the other self-care things that I am doing for myself. One of which is making myself a meal, home cooked. It's actually leftovers, so I don't really have to do much cooking, thankfully, but it is a like pasta salad, but not like in the pasta salad way that you're probably thinking, and that it's a pasta salad. It's literally a salad and pasta. I actually had it last night and it was so good. The salad is quite literally just arugula, and then the pasta itself is tortellini with pesto and tomatoes, and then you put Parmesan and balsamic vinegar on top. So good, so good, so good. Like, genuinely, I cannot even begin to express to you just how good this meal is. But I have to get this heated up first, so let me do that really quick. Okay, that should be done, but I am gonna let it sit in there for a little bit to cool off, just because it's in a glass container and I will burn my hands if I try to pick it up right now. But that leaves me with time to make the other thing that I am making. That is none other than a lemonade matcha. My friend bought me a lemonade earlier, and I didn't drink all of it, obviously. So I decided that I wanted to save it to make a little matcha drink at home. And I actually only recently bought some matcha to like make it home, but I don't necessarily do it like the right way, because I do have these little like matcha packets, and this one says that you can literally just pour it into like water or juice and like mix it up instead of having to froth it like with one of those matcha mixers. I don't actually know what they're called. I'm not like a professional at making matcha, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm looking for some scissors. Found some. I've done this before, so I know that it works pretty well, but the instructions, like I said, it says literally just to pour it in and then mix it up. So that's what I do. And it looks a little horrifying at first before you mix it in, and sometimes it looks a little horrifying afterwards. I actually originally bought these matcha packets for when I was on vacation with my family a couple weeks ago, and I made a matcha lemonade every single day. So it's gonna be kind of reminiscent of that, which makes me sad because I obviously haven't seen my extended family since that trip. But it's also gonna make me happy, you know? It's gonna make me nostalgic in a good way. And yes, again, I'm aware of how horrifying this looks. I'm aware, but it tastes delicious. Ugh, so good. Hopefully now the container is a little bit more cooled down so it won't be as hot to handle. Still a little hot to handle, actually, so I'm going to use a heating pad. Not a heating pad, oven mitts. I don't know where I got heating pad from. Anyway, and then I literally just dump it on there. You didn't really see that in frame, but that's okay. And then, like I said, I add some Parmesan cheese on top. Honestly, might do a little more because I just love Parmesan cheese. And then balsamic vinegar glaze. I did kind of go heavy-handed when I ate this last time, so there's not nearly as much balsamic glaze as I probably would want, but I am going to try to get every last drop out of this little packet. And this is the end result. It is absolutely delectable, and I am so happy that I had leftovers of it. It is so good. I'm gonna have to make it again, like ASAP. First bite, so good. I think I am going to watch some YouTube as I enjoy my lunch, but I have a couple other things planned for today, my day of rest. So I'll be back to you as soon as I'm wrapped up here. I just finished up my lunch and my drink, and the next step in my self-care day is to take an everything shower, which is something that I have not done in a hot minute, but have been needing to do. So I am going to take my time in the shower. I'm going to do skincare when I get out of the shower. I am going to put on some cute pajamas when I get out of the shower. You know, just gonna do all the things to make myself feel good. But for obvious reasons, this part will not be on camera, so I will see you in just a second. And now I am officially done with my everything shower. I have actually shown my like skin routine on my YouTube channel before, so I don't really feel compelled or like the need to show it off again. You can just go find it on the video that I did it on, but that is the next step in this self-care process. And another thing that I am going to do is actually a couple of chores, which off rip doesn't exactly sound like self-care, right? However, the chores that I'm doing are just basically cleaning up around my room, and having a clean space and room can really help get my mind in the right place. So that is the main reason that I am doing it. And I'm explaining to you right now what I'm going to do next because I actually was just texting with a friend who I haven't seen in a while, and we decided that we wanted to call to catch up. So we are going to do that, hence I can't exactly just pull out my phone to record at any given time. So instead, I'm going to do a bit of a montage, as one does, for all of the things that I am doing, but I do totally intend to come back to you once that phone call is over, because I think I have some more reading in me today. So I definitely want to pick out my next book and start on that, but it will be a couple of hours, so I guess I'll see you then. So it is now about an hour later, and I was able to do everything that I wanted. I was able to do my skincare and I did a couple of chores, and I called with my friend for about 30 minutes, which was awesome. And now I have a face mask on, in case you couldn't tell, and I've decided that I am going to jump into my next book right now, which is none other than A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. And truth be told, other than reading, I don't really have many other plans for the rest of the day slash night. Most of my self-care days will consist of just relaxing and taking time to either read or binge a show that I'm watching or watch a couple of movies. So I'm like 98% sure that that's what the rest of this night is going to look like. That being said, I don't think I am going to end this video here quite yet, because on the off chance that I do something else tonight, I want to obviously tell you all about it. And even if I don't do anything else tonight, I want to update you about where I am in the book, or if I watch a movie or show or anything else that's like mundane that I might get up to. My face mask is actively drying, so I am going to get a couple pages, maybe a couple chapters into this book while I wait for it to be completely done, but I will see you again later tonight. All right, so it is now several hours later, and I did end up reading a bit of my book, though it looks like a lot more than it is, obviously, because I am 30% through this book, but there's only 230-ish pages, and I am on page 70. So realistically, am I that far through this book, or is it just a really short book? Who knows? But I also took a break to make some dinner, which was more pasta, but it was a mushroom and cheese ravioli with a tomato sauce and ricotta cheese. So good. And I actually watched Howl's Moving Castle tonight, just because I haven't watched that movie in a really long time, and something in my soul was needing it. And it's actually one of my best friend's favorite movies, so whenever I watch it, I'll text her a photo or like let her know that I'm thinking of her, that kind of thing. And I've been missing her a bit recently because she's out of town at the moment. So it was nice to get to text her about that for even a little bit. But now it is later into the night. It's almost 10 o'clock, and I guess for me at least that's not that late. However, I do have work again in the morning, so I don't want to stay up too late or else I'm going to be really tired tomorrow and miserable, and we don't want that. So I think I am going to wrap this video up here. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!